Hello, it's Roy Cisneros again. Gonna make a video on just more of a narration of taking this trip to Rocky Mountain National Park to hike Longs Peak. So I'm gonna be traveling in my car, so there's gonna be footage of that. Part of the reason for doing this is, there's a lot of different things I do. I bike. I think I mentioned this also in my last video, but I bike, camp, hike, climb. I definitely like scuba diving. That's one of my favorite things to do, as well as just in general being out in nature and experiencing all the benefits of learning the skill and trade of being out in nature. There's so many things to do, and there's so many things people do. So my hope is that I'm going to be video recording the road trip along the way, so that would be a great thing. That way you can get to know the trip, especially if you're in Texas. You can watch my videos and kind of see what you're going to experience along the way. In addition, there's probably some great places that I'm going to run into that I'm going to stop off sightseeing. So there's a couple of towns, smaller towns, but I think I'm just going to choose as I go, like if I'm going to stay one night prior to me getting to the Rocky Mountain National Park, as well as once I leave. There's a possibility I might hang out in Boulder. That's the closer one that I won't have to travel too far, like to go to Denver, Colorado Springs. But that's always something I can come back and visit. But the closest thing would be in the sense of being the tourist in Colorado would just basically be me having a little fun there in Boulder. And my understanding and some of the videos I've seen, the downtown area is really nice. But for me, just to kind of get off of the subject of the camping, hiking, and doing the road trip stuff, one of the things is self-care, taking care of yourself. No matter how that is, no matter how you do that, having the ability to just get out in nature, whether it's the ocean, a river, or a lake, or it's a forest, a mountain, a hill. There's so many places in the United States as well as internationally. My hope is to, once I get kick-started on my experiences in the US, a lot of my time has actually been spent in Hawaii. I've been to Belize, I've been to Cancun, Cozumel, Mexico. Unfortunately, at the time that I was growing up and doing this stuff, there wasn't a whole lot of great video recording, so I'm adjusting and acclimating to all the new devices that are out there. So that's a wonderful thing, because there's so many things you can take without having to drop a lot of money into the major cameras and video recording devices. I think technology can be a great thing when it comes to especially this type of recordings, and allowing people to come together as a community to just watch videos that interest them. I like kayaking, my kayak's right there. I like mountain biking, there's my mountain biking. I do some workouts on the punching bag, but I mostly like running, doing some weights, a little bit. But for me, it's a lot of trekking, whether it's on a bike or whether it's on my feet. So at any rate, self-care is important. It's something that you can get into as a person. Once you start getting into it, there's, it's kind of like a domino effect. People can have the ability to learn how to be around you, adapt to that type of environment. And talking to people about your experience, it's such a great thing to hear people talk about similar interests, because you actually have the opportunity to share positive stories. There's lots of challenges in life, whether you're working, whether you're not. Even if you're doing this camping and hiking stuff, there's a lot of challenges and downsides to what can happen when you're doing things that are fun for you. But at any rate, storytelling, story sharing, it's a great thing to have that opportunity to have interesting people in your life, as well as people who care for you, that support you, that advocate for you, that they're going to be there, you're going to be there for them, and you just build on that community of social functioning, that you and other people come together, whether they're perfect strangers, whether they're people you've known for a very long time, family, friends, acquaintances. That self-care can be very important when it comes to your mental well-being as well as your physical well-being. This stuff is not really hard to do. It's a matter of learning it over time. Some people take baby steps, some people just have the ability to go right into it. But, bottom line is your safety. Make sure that somebody always knows where you are, when you're going to be there. With all the types of devices these days, there's a lot of help out there when it comes to doing things that can be a little risk-taking. But that's part of an adventure. Just let people know where you're going. I know there's some devices, they're tracking devices that know where you are. The most important ones, I think, out on the market are going to be like your satellite and your beacons. There's some watches that do that. There's just devices that do that. Those are those emergency SOS buttons. Don't hesitate to take those along with you, because if anything should ever happen, some of these things have the ability to send out an email to your emergency contacts or your loved ones or your friends that know that you're going to be out there. No matter where it is. It doesn't have to be a mountain climb. It could be, hey, I'm going to go do a dive and I'm going to be with a few friends, but at the same rate, having people know your whereabouts, know basically your plan and what your plan is, meaning what you're going to do, the activity that you're going to do. That's going to help keep people well informed in your little community, that, hey, I'm going to do this. And most of us are already that way. You'll tell a family or a friend member, hey, I'm going with these people, or I'm going solo, so I'm going to go, in my case, I'm going to go solo and climb Longs Peak. I'll have my devices with me, but I've already kind of planned and mapped out certain things. And the fact is that there's no or barely any coverage out there when it comes to my phone. So people know where I'm going, they know the dates that I'm going to be there. And the park actually makes you, when you do everything online, they make you have an emergency contact. So, be mindful of that. At any rate, these are all the greatest things to do in the world. Being out in nature, hiking, swimming, climbing, sharing this time with your friends, or just sharing some alone time with yourself, that you get the chance to not only self-indulge in things that you like doing, but since they have devices now, you can make video recordings of your experiences. So it's a great thing. There's so many of them out there that you just can't miss and go wrong, because so many people have great experiences no matter what that is. So, if it comes to journaling your experiences or journaling your thoughts, back to the self-care, eat well, live well, get out there. I don't know how many videos that I've seen that pique my interest, that it's just, get out in nature, get out and do things, get outside of the city. The city's a fun place too. There's a lot of things to do, but once you've worn that out, being in San Antonio pretty much my whole life, I have experienced a lot of things, especially all the newer things that there are to do here. But there's a lot of interesting things to do outside of San Antonio, outside of Texas, and other states and other countries. So, learn, research things that you like doing, read about them, watch the videos, because there's somebody and so many people that have the similar interests as you. And as you continue to watch the videos and read books, and gather your little community of people who like doing what you're doing, you're just basically turning a full life adventure into a lot of fun, as well as being able to sit around and tell stories with those friends and your family members, even your children. You can carry on that message to them that, hey, these are the things that I like doing. I know when my children were young enough to get out and camp, we were constantly camping, going to the beach, going to the lakes, going to the river. So I constantly took them places. So, I hope you enjoy this video. I hope it's very informative. I hope to continue building on this YouTube community, because it really seems to interest me, and all the people that I watch are very, very interesting, and I'm glad that they do what they do and they take the time to, continue their self-care, as well as give that back to their community and care about people genuinely about how life is being affected in general, and some of the things you can do to get out there and just have fun and work through all the challenges. So at any rate, you can subscribe, you don't have to, but a good like would be great. I look forward to them. I know on my music videos, I'm a little surprised on some of the likes that are on there, the amount, as well as, some of my scuba videos in Hawaii. So at any rate, I hope you have a great day, and tune in again as I continue this journey to do wonderful things with my own life. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.